or Brahmarata, the famous son and disciple of Sri Vyasadeva, who taught him first Mahabharata and then Srimad Bhagavatam. Śukadeva Gosvāmī recited 14 lakh verses of the Mahabharata in the councils of the Gandharvas, Yakshas and Rakshasas. And he recited Srimad Bhagavatam for the first time in the presence of Maharaj Parikshit. He thoroughly studied all the Vedic literatures from his great father. Thus, he was a completely purified soul by dint of his extensive knowledge in the principles of religion. From Mahabharata Shabha Parva, it is understood that he was also present in the royal assembly of Maharaj Yudhishthira and at the fasting of Maharaj Parikshit. As a bona fide disciple of Sri Vyasadeva, he inquired from his father very extensively about religious principles and spiritual values, and his great father also satisfied him by teaching him the yoga system by which one can attain the spiritual kingdom, the difference between the fruitive work and emphoric knowledge, the ways and means of attaining spiritual realization, the 4 ashramas, namely the student life, the householder life, the retired life and the renounced life, the sublime position of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the process of seeing him eye to eye, the bona fide candidate for receiving knowledge, the consideration of the 5 elements, the unique position of the intelligence, the consciousness of the material nature and the living entity, the symptoms of the self-realized soul, the working principles of the material body, the symptoms of the influential modes of nature, the tree of perpetual desire and the psychic activities. Sometimes he went to the sun planet with the permission of his father and Naradaji. Descriptions of his travel in space are given in the Shanti Parva of Mahabharata. At last he attained the transcendental realm. He is known by different names like Araneya, Aruni Sutta, Vayasaki, Vyasatmaja. Kaśyapa, one of these Prajapatis, the son of Marichi, and one of the son-in-law of Prajapati Daksha. He is the father of the gigantic bird Garuda, who was given elephants and tortoises as eatables. He married 13 daughters of Prajapati Daksha, and their names are Aditi, Diti, Dhanu, Kasta, Arishta, Surasa, Ila, Muni, Krodvasa, Tamra, Saurabhi, Sarama and Timi. He begot many children, both demigods and demons, by those wives. From his first wife Aditi, all the 12 Adityas were born. One of them is Vamana, the incarnation of Godhead. This great sage Kaśyapa was also present at the time of Arjuna's birth. He received a presentation of the whole world from Parashurama, and later on he accepted Parashurama. He asked Parashurama to go out of the world. His other name was Arishtanemi. He lives on the northern side of the universe. Āṅgirasa, he is the son of Maharshi Angira and is also known as Brahaspati, the priest of the demigods. It is said that Dronacharya was his partial incarnation. Shukracharya was the spiritual master of the demons and Brahaspati challenged him. His son is Kacha and he delivered the fire weapon first to Bharadvaj Muni. He begot 6 sons like the fire god by his wife Chandramasi, one of the reputed stars. He could travel in space and therefore he could present himself even in the planets of Brahmaloka and Indraloka. He advised the king of heaven, Indra, about conquering the demons. Once he cursed Indra, who thus had to become a pig hog on the earth and was unwilling to return to heaven. Such is the power of the attraction of the illusory energy. Even a hog does not wish to part with its earthly possessions in exchange for a heavenly kingdom. He was the religious preceptor of the natives of different planets. Doesn't see Bhaktivedanta purport. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuram Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Kshimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gauravaktarunda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So continuing from the last verse, we said various personalities' names were mentioned there. So the other names were also mentioned in this verse. Anyecha Munayah Brahman. There were many other sages, my dear Brahmana. Brahmaratadayo Amalaha. Like Brahmarata, Śukadeva Gosvāmī, who are all very pure and clean, Amala. Shishyer Upeta Ajagmuhu. Did they come alone? No, they came all along with all their disciples. Shishyer Upeta. Who and all came along with Brahmarata? Kaśyapa, Āṅgirasa, Ādayaha. There was Kaśyapa Muni, Āṅgirasa, and many other sages who had assembled there. So, what do we understand with this perspective? What was Krishna's intention? In the previous chapter it said one place, Krishnena Adbhuta Karmanaha. Krishna, he who performs superhuman activity. So what is that superhuman activity did Krishna perform here? Nowadays there is a concept which is being mostly promoted called a cinematic universe. Marvel started with a cinematic universe. They brought one character and they introduced second character in that in a small way. The next movie, the second character becomes the hero and the third character was introduced. Like that, at the end, after 10-15 characters are there, they put one movie with all the 10 characters. Half will be good, half will be bad, they will be fighting among themselves, and finally they will all resolve to become friends. So this is Marvel's cinematic universe. Now the same philosophy started in India. Now every director wants to create his own cinematic universe. They introduce new characters. How these characters are better personalities, they are the best personalities in themselves. KGF is one cinematic universe. Then Vikram is one cinematic universe. Recently Brahmastra was released, it is one cinematic universe. But they don't know, Krishna is the first person who started the cinematic universe. Mahabharata war, is it not less than any cinematic universe? All great warriors, each one capable of himself. Each one a great personality. So everybody are assembled at one place, fighting happened. The same thing what happens in modern day cinematic universe, started by Krishna himself. So this is in perspective of fighting. Then after that Krishna thought, okay, fighting is one time, it is necessary to bring back situation under control. But to teach knowledge, he thought, let me use once again the cinematic universe. Then he brought all the great sages at one place. He assembled who and who of the entire universe. Each one, Amalaha, very pure, great personalities, not common men. So did they come alone? No, they came with all their disciples. And Krishna made a system by which when two people discuss of great caliber, everybody gets benefited. Or else what happens? Bhishma spoke to Yudhishthira, Yudhishthira enjoyed it, done, over. But what for the rest of the people? So with that intention, Krishna had communicated to all the people to assemble here. Everybody come here, understand the philosophy, go back and preach for more times. Not just that for that 30 days done, no. It is for the rest of the life. Srimad Bhagavatam is for the rest of the life. So like for entire Kali Yuga, Srimad Bhagavatam is there, and for future generations also it will be there. So it became recorded in Srimad Bhagavatam. Not just thinking of immediate benefit, but thinking of the ultimate benefit. So I was searching in Google, why do intelligent persons meet as a group? They always, like birds of same feather flock. Always intelligent people, they try to have gatherings, they have discussions. What do they do, or what is their prime topic when they meet, they discuss? Modern day intellectuals, not Vedic day. So this is called as collective intelligence, which is better than individual intelligence. Means as a group, everybody will come, they start discussing about topics with all pros and cons. They bring out the best out of the subject. This is called as collective intelligence. So when groups of people work together, they create intelligence that cannot exist on the individual level. Making decisions as a group, forming a conscientious, getting ideas from different sources, and motivating people through competition are all components of this collective intelligence. So there are advantages. Different people from different backgrounds, different ideas can enhance the output of the system. So what are the applications of this collective learning? Then opinion aggregation. Generally they use this for opinion aggregation. The second one is idea collection. The third one is point estimates. The fourth one is market judgment. Because if you want to understand what is a market, if you want to purchase a product, what will you do? You go to net, search reviews for that product of people of high caliber. When they give a review, you take that as judgment. You consider 3-4 reviews and you come to a conclusion. Then finally, political predictions. When an assembly election is going to happen, different people, there will be elections, debates going on. So which party will win, which party doesn't win, who is having better facilities. This is called as collective intelligence, where it is practically applied in modern day. So generally, people with higher intelligence tend to be intellectually curious. They will ask questions about a variety of subjects so that they can learn more about them. They may be curious about other people and what interests others have. They are not interested in impressing anyone with what they know or can do. Generally, they are very simple, reserved people. They would not like to boast of themselves. On what topics generally they have conversations? It is said philosophy, social, politics, religion, art, symbolism in film, literature, science and technology, mathematics, hobbies, or anything of significant interest to the individual's conversation. So generally these are the topics when as a group people meet, they discuss. So here also people met as a group, but they were not discussing any of these subjects. They were discussing the duties of everyone of various categories. Later, what are the duties, what are the topics that Yudhishthira Maharaj had put forward, and what topics did Bhishma Deva answer, how did he answer, are elaborated further. So people of like-mindedness assemble and they carry this subject. They elaborate the discussions. So these are some of the following characteristics of intelligent people. They never follow popular opinion because most common people are wrong on most of the issues. They don't go by popular notion. They don't trust everything that is claimed to be true unless they ascertain the truth themselves by their own research and analysis. They trust their own opinion more than anyone else as they form their opinion based on logic and argument. They are lifetime learners, since they know that as compared to the total knowledge available in the world, they only know only a little. There is no limitation to knowledge. They keep learning lifetime. Like when Einstein was on the deathbed, so many people were coming and meeting him, and they were asking him, glorifying him for what he has done. So one of his close friends came to Einstein and said, "You must be very glad for what you have done. You have created many things which common man could have never had an access to." So Einstein was very humble and he said, "I feel I am like a small child running on a vast ocean shore, collecting some pebbles, but I see a vast ocean ahead of me. I am only able to pick up some pebbles in there. The ocean is much more, the shore is much more." Means the knowledge, they are humble enough to say, "I have just done a little. The source is vast." They learn from every person and every incident of life by reflective prudence and contemplation. See, knowledge doesn't mean that we have to accept always from the higher authority also. Even from common man's mistakes we can learn. Not that I have to do mistake and I have to learn. From others' mistake also I can learn. This is called as first class intelligence. They don't advise stupid people even when they are asked. This is one of their symptoms. And they don't argue with stupid people because they know they will be dragged down and beat them with experience. So they don't want to put down the opposite person. So there are some other points also, issues also, but this is the terminology for us, that how do intelligent people behave? What are their characteristics? So here are a group of most intelligent people. Not only intelligent, they are all purified personalities, they are all regulated personalities, and they are all teachers of their capacity. So from all these things, Krishna is giving us an opportunity, the importance of learning in the association. When two great people, Vaishnavas, are talking, the others will get benefited. So Shastras glorify this Vaishnava association. He says, Tasmad Vishnu Prasadaya Vaishnavan Paritoshaye. Prasada Sumuko Vishnus Tenaivasyan Na Samshayaha. So Tasmad Vishnu Prasadaya, to attain the mercy of Lord Vishnu, Vaishnavan Paritushayet. You have to satisfy Vaishnavas. If you want mercy of Vishnu, you have to satisfy Vaishnavas. Prasada Sumuko Vishnu, because Vishnu will be pleased. Tenaivasyan na samshayaha. Of this there is no doubt that by their mercy, if you can satisfy Vaishnavas, we can satisfy Vishnu. Of this there is no doubt. Next. Name bhakta janah partha, name bhaktas chate janah. Mad bhaktanam yecha bhaktas, teme bhakta tamamatah. Lord Krishna is saying to Arjuna, Name bhakta janah partha, oh my dear Partha, those who are saying they are my devotees, Name bhakta chate janaha, they are actually not my devotees. If somebody is saying I am devotee of Lord Krishna, Krishna is saying he is not my devotee. Mad bhaktanam cha ye bhaktaha, those who are devotees of my devotees, teme maktatama bhataha, teme bhakta tamamataha, they are actually the best of the devotees. Means directly to say I am directly connected with Krishna, Krishna is saying he is disconnected from me. For those who are connected to me through the disciplic succession, they are actually connected to me. See, Krishna himself is saying who he will recognize. Then, Hari Bhakti Ratan Yastu Hari Buddhya Prapujayet Tasya Tushyanti Viprendra Brahma Vishnu Shivadayaha. Oh my dear Viprendra, oh best of the Brahmanas, Hari Bhakti Ratan Yastu, if one worships Vaishnavas who are Hari Bhakti Ratan, who are fixed up in devotional service, Hari Buddhya Prapujayet, and considering them non-different from bodily limbs of Hari, Tasya Tushyanti, then everyone, Brahma, Vishnu, Shivadayaha, including Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, everyone becomes satisfied. By serving Vaishnavas, everybody becomes satisfied. Similarly, in Bhagavatam, Krishna speaks to Uddhava, Santo Dishanti Chakshusmi. Santaha means devotees. Dishaha Chakshushmi means they show direction. By giving the devotees with bestowed divine eyes. Santo Dishanti Chakshusmi, the devotees bestow divine eyes. Bahirarkaha, even though the sun, who is externally visible to all of us, only when the sun is arisen, we can see things. Samuttitaha, only when he is arisen, we can actually see. When he is not arisen in the night, dead of the night, you can't see anything. You require artificial light. Devata Bandavaha Santaha, the devotees are Devata, the worshipable deities, Bandavaha, the real friends and relatives. Santa Atma Aham Evacha, they are non-different from me and they are my own self. Atma Aham Evacha. Krishna is saying, devotees are non-different from me and they are my own self. They are the real well-wishers and they are the real relatives. They are the real worshipable deities. And they give the eyes by which we can perceive the whole world, the reality of knowledge, the absolute truth. So when we are in the association, we have to be very careful about certain aspects, precautionary measures. Those are called as Vaishnava Aparadha. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had informed in Chaitanya Bhagavata what happens if we commit Vaishnava Aparadha. Vaishnava himsara kata se taku ka dhure sahaja jivera e adama pida kare. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying, I am going to explain to you about Vaishnava Aparadha. If one causes pain, sahaja jivera adama pida kare. Pida means to cause pain to other living entities. Vishnu pujaya o ye prajara pida kare, puja o nishvalayaya ara dukkha mare. Even after worshipping Lord Vishnu, if a person gives trouble to other living entities, Vishnu pujaya yo prajara pida kare. After doing Vishnu puja, you do hurt other living entities. Puja o nishvala hoya. His puja is nishvala, useless. Ara dukkha mare. Such a person suffers unlimited miseries. Sarva bhuta achena Shri Vishnu na janiya. Vishnu puja kare ati prakruta hoiya. Sarva bhuta achena. So those who worship others, Shri Vishnu na janiya, and who do not know Vishnu is present within other living entities, Vishnu puja kare ati prakruta hoiya. He will certainly become prakruta, materialistic. Eka haste yena vipracharana pakale, ara haste dela mare mataya kapale. Their worship is like those who wash the feet of a Brahmana with one hand and with the other hand beat him on his head. Eka hate puja kiya, dusra hate tappad mara. Yata papahaya praja janera himsile tara shatakuna haya Vaishnava nindile. So whatever torture we do to common people, it is 100 times more sinful to blaspheme a Vaishnava. Shataguna. If you blaspheme a Vaishnava, that is 100 times more sinful than the offenses we commit for normal living. So further it says, Yohi Bhagavatam lokam upahasam nrupottama karoti tasya nashyanti artha dharma yashah sutaha. So, Yohi Bhagavatam lokam. Bhagavata means those who are exalted personalities. Upahasam, those who ridicule or put them down. Oh, best of the kings, Nrupottama. Karoti tasya nashyanti. They will lose. Artha dharma yasha sutaha. Artha, they will lose opulences. Dharmaha, their pious activities. Yashaha, their reputation. Sutaha, their sons. Nindam kurvanti ye mooda Vaishnavanam Mahatmanam. So Vaishnavanam are Mahatmanam. They are all great souls. Nindam kurvanti ye mooda. Those who are foolish, they criticize these great personalities. Patanti pitrubhi shardam. He falls down into a hellish situation. Maha Raurave Samjite, which is known as Maha Raurava. So if you offend Vaishnavas, we are destined to hell. Hanti nindanti vaidvesti, Vaishnavan nabhinandati, krudyante yati no harsham, darshane patanani sat. So he goes alone? No, he goes along with his forefathers. So whoever blasphemes or kills a Vaishnava, Hanti nindanti vaidvesti. Out of enviousness, Hanti, you kill, or dvesti, you envy. Vaishnavanam nabhinandati. And whoever is does not offer obeisances or feel joy upon seeing a Vaishnava. Krudyati no harsham. Darshane patanani sat. So upon feeling a Vaishnava, whoever not offer obeisances or feel joy upon seeing a Vaishnava certainly falls into a hellish life. Purvam krutva tu sammanam avajnam kurute yuva yah Vaishnavana mahifale sanvayo yati sankshayam. So one who first respects a Vaishnava and then later insults him is vanquished along with his entire family. Then Janma prabhuti yat kinchit sukrutam samuparjitam nasham ayati tat sarvam pidayet yadi Vaishnava. Pidayet yadi Vaishnava, if one hurts a Vaishnava or one gives pain to a Vaishnava, then Janma prabhuti yat kinchit sukrutam samuparjitam. Whatever he had earned, that sukruta, samuparjitam, whatever he had earned, Janma prabhuti with his high birth and high caste, nasham ayati tat sarvam, he is destroying them everything. Whatever you have earned by all your lives, everything is destroyed. Karapatraischa palayante sutivrer yamashashanai nindam kurvanti ye papaha Vaishnavanam mahatmanam. So those who criticize Vaishnavas are subjected by Yamaraja to severe punishment of being sliced by very sharp saws. Kaima. We know that word. Pujito Bhagavan Vishnur Janmantara Shaterapi Prasidati na Vishwatma Vaishnave cha Apamanite. You may worship Vishnu for Janmantara, for lifetimes after lifetimes. Prasidati na Vishwatma, he will not be pleased with that person. Vaishnave cha Apamanite, those who insult a Vaishnava, then Lord will not be satisfied even though you worship Lord Vishnu for lifetimes after lifetimes. Ye nindati Hrishikesham tadbhaktam punya rupinam. So, those who criticize Hrishikesha and his devotees, Sata Janmardicham punyam, the punya which is very dangerous, bhayanake. Bhakshita kita sangena, he will be eaten away by insects, bhakshitaha, he becomes a food for the insects, kita sangena. Yacho Chandra Divarko, for how long? As long as sun and moon exist in the sky. Such non-Vaishnavas, they purify themselves by taking bath in the Ganges and looking at the sun. So if we see them, we have to immediately go take bath and look in the sun to become purified. Like these are the certain symptoms even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu exhibited. When somebody was saying him, you are Supreme Lord, he used to block his ears and immediately used to go and jump in Ganga to purify himself. So basically the consciousness has to be purified. So what happens in the bad people's association, our mind also becomes bad, contaminated. Mora ye satya sabe suna mana diya, amara puje mora sevaka langiya. So Krishna, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying, Mora ye satya sabe suna mana diyaya. Put your mind and intelligence and please hear what I am saying. Amara puja mora sevaka langiya, those who worships me disregarding my devotees. Say adama jane mora kanda kanda kare, he is like worshipping me by making me into pieces. Kanda kanda kare. Tara puja mora ghaye agni hena pode, his worship is like fire to my body. They are burning my body, is like his worship is like that. Ye amara dasera sakrit ninda kare mora nama kalpataru samhare tahare. So those who criticize my servant, ye amara dasera sakrit ninda kare, even once if you defame Vaishnava, mora nama kalpataru, my name which is like a wish fulfilling tree, samhara tahare, will destroy him. अनंत ब्रह्मांडे यथा सभा मोर दासा एतेक ये परहिंसा से यया नाशा. So there are many living entities across all these various universes. They are all my servants. Mora Dasa. Yateka yei parahimse say yaya nasha. So anyone who blasphemes any living entity is ruined. Tumita amar nijadeha hoite bada tomara langile daive na sahaye dada. He's saying you are more important to me than my own body. So if one transgresses the Vaishnavas, he will be unable to tolerate his fate. Sannyasi wo yadi anandita ninda kare adah pate yaya sarva dharma guchetare. Even if a sannyasi blasphemes an innocent person, he goes to hell and all his religious principles are destroyed. Bahutuli jagatera bale gauradama anindika hoy sabe Bala Krishna nama. So Bahutili, raising everyone's hands. Jagatera bole, Lord Chaitanya had declared to the whole world, Anindaka hoy, free from offenses. Sabe Bala Krishna nama, chant the holy name of the Lord Krishna. Bole Krishna nama. Anandita hoy, ye Sakrit Krishna bole, Satya Satya Munitare, Uddharibe hale. So one who is free from blasphemy, if he chants the holy name of Krishna, even once, I will certainly deliver him. Ye yadi Mahaprabhu bolila vachana, jaya 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 bole sarva bhakta gana. So as soon as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu finished speaking, all the devotees said jaya jaya jaya. So see the importance. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is emphasizing on Vaishnava aparadha. Even once, knowingly or unknowingly, if we commit, we lose our entire spiritual life. So this, as a practicing Vaishnavas, it is very important for us. Knowing good things and avoiding bad things. Yama, niyama. So one devotee, there is one called as Dukhi Dena Krishna Das. He writes one of the Vaishnava bhajan on the mood of Lord Chaitanya and his incarnation. He says, Navadvipe Suni Simhanada. Everybody heard the sound of a lion in Navadvipa. Sajala Vaishnava Gana Kari Harinama Sankirtana. Then all the Vaishnava Jana, they all became very happy and they started performing Harinama Sankirtana. Mudamati Ganila Pramada. Then all the foolish people, they thought these Vaishnavas have gone mad. Gaurachandra Maharati Nityananda Senapati. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Maharati and his commander-in-chief is Nityananda Prabhu. Advaita Yuddhera Aghayuna and Advaita Acharya is in the front of the battle. Premadora Famsakari Bhandila Aneka Airi Nirantara Garje Harinama. Making a noose of love of Godhead, Krishna, they tied up enemies. So how do you tie up enemies? By rope you tie up enemies. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what he is doing? With the love of Godhead, he is tying all the enemies. And the sounds, Nirantare Garje Harinama. And everywhere there is loud sounding of Harinama Sankirtana. Sri Chaitanya Kare Rana Kali Gaje Arohana. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is in the battle with whom? An elephant called Kali Yuga. Pashanda Dalana Veeravana. Defeating the atheists and pretenders are his heroic pastimes. Kali Jive Taraite Aila Prabhu Avanite Chaudige Chapiya Dilathana. To deliver the people of Kali Yuga, Kali Jiva Taraite Aila Prabhu Avanite. He appeared on this earth. Chaudige Chapiya Dilatana and conquered the four directions. Uttama Adama Jana Sabe Paila Premadana. Without discrimination, superior, inferior, everybody received the love of Godhead. Nitai Chaitanya Krupalesha, by the mercy of Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda. Samuke Sammana Deki Krishna Dasa Badaduki. Napaya Premera Uddesha. So seeing the form of death standing nearby, this Dukhi Krishnadas is very unhappy because he did not attain the desired goal of love of God. So this is a Vaishnava humility. Although they know they are all great personalities, but in a humble attitude they always claim themselves as insignificant. The mood in which how we have to practice spiritual life. Amanina manadena kirtaniya sada. Without expecting any appreciation and giving all respect to others, one should chant the holy name of the Lord. So there is one sweet pastime of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, how he delivered a crocodile by chanting the holy name, which talks about this Vaishnava aparadha also. So there is one place called in Madhya Dvipa, Majdiya, or called as Goradaha. This pastime actually happened in Satyuga in Vrindavan, Kamyavan. So one day Durvas Muni was resting in the forest. Then a small boy by name Deva Shishu had come there. Out of his childish activity, he took up a scissors and cut the shika of Durvasa Muni. So Durvasa became very angry and cursed that boy. You shall become a crocodile for 4 ages. Means in Satyuga, Treta, Dwapara and Kali Yuga. For 4 ages, you will become a crocodile. Then the boy began to cry and begged forgiveness from Durvasa Muni. He said, please forgive my offense. But Durvasa Muni said, all right, since the curse has come out of my mouth, I cannot undo it now. But in the age of Kali, Nandera Nandana, Sri Krishna will become Gauranga Mahaprabhu, and when he will chant the holy name, by hearing that chanting of that holy name of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, you will get back your previous body. So this is the opportunity. So then Kali Yuga came, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared. So one day when he was walking along with his devotees, he met one cowherd boy called Bhim. Bhim's mother called Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as Nimai, and he was like a brother to her, like in village relationship. Everybody addresses each other in a family way. Bhai, Behan, uncle, chacha, all these things. So this boy becomes like uncle, means he will be like, what do you say? Uncle, sister's son, nephew. Correct? Nephew. He will be like uncle, chacha, mama, chacha. So Bhim said, uncle, you should come to my house. My mother had prepared some paneer, milk, kheer and other prasadam items for you. So please come, my mother would like to feed you and I will massage your lotus feet. So when that boy asked in a sweet way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu agreed. They went to his house. So as soon as they came there, that Bhim's mother asked him, how is your mother Sachi Devi? So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu answered, she is okay, everything is fine. Then she made him sit down and gave him a plate and served various prasadam items, kheer, yogurt, mishti doi, many other things were served. So after having fed, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very happy and said to Bhim, now let us go to the bank of Ganges and let us take bath there. One small lake is there near Ganges. But Bhim said, uncle, please don't go there. Don't go there. There is a crocodile in that lake. Even cows do not go there. Even they are afraid of drinking water from that lake. Since Chaitanya Mahaprabhu could understand everything, he is Sarvajna. He said, don't bother. Let us go there by chanting, and chanting will take care of everything. So chanting, everybody went there. So as soon as the chanting became little louder, a small boy came out of the lake, fell down at the feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he started offering prayers. Who is that small boy? That Deva Shishu. As soon as he heard the chanting of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, his curse was relieved. He began to cry and explained to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu about his previous story. He said, I was a Deva Shishu, a son of a demigod. But out of pride, I had committed a Vaishnava aparadha to Durvasa Muni. and I cut his hair, because of which he gave me this curse. When I begged him for offenses, whatever, for forgiveness, he said in the age of Kali, Lord Krishna would come as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and when he chants the holy name, and by hearing that holy name, I will become purified, and I will be free from my curses. So you are the Lord Krishna himself. After I heard you chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, I got my previous body back. Please give me permission that I can go back and meet my parents. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, after giving him permission, that Devashishu left. See, that is the potential, an opportunity. So don't take it that, okay, serving Vaishnavas and offending Vaishnavas, we get an opportunity to meet Vishnu. Okay, that is different thing. That is once in a while rare opportunity. If you offend a Vaishnava, they become angry and they curse, then we'll get an opportunity to serve or to meet Vishnu or Krishna or all these things. So one in 1,000 or one in a million capacity is that perspective. But first thing is, we should not get into that idea. So as a prospective Vaishnavas, we should be very careful in our dealings, and we should be conscious. If there is any mistake, let us go beg forgiveness from that person instantaneously, because knowingly or unknowingly, because human is tend to commit mistakes. To err is human. So we should always improve in our dealings and learn and try to implement whatever we have learned. So I'll stop here. Any questions or doubts? Grandhara Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki, Nitai Gaur Premanand.
శ్రీకృష్ణుణ్ణి చేరుకోవడానికి బృందావనం వైపు ఉరకలేస్తున్న యమునోత్రి, కైలాసం చేరుకోవడానికి పరుగులు తీస్తున్న గంగోత్రి, శంకరుణ్ణి శాంతపరచడం లక్ష్యంగా పాండవులు నిర్మించిన కేదార్నాథ్, ఆధ్యాత్మిక సాధనకు స్ఫూర్తినిచ్చే ఆ నరుడు నారాయణుడు నడయాడిన ప్రదేశం బద్రీనాథ్. ఈ 4 ధామాల దివ్య దర్శనమే మన చార్ధామ్ యాత్ర ప్రతి భారతీయుడి ఆకాంక్ష. ఈ మహోన్నత యాత్రలో భాగస్వాములమవుదాం.
హరే కృష్ణ గోల్డెన్ టెంపుల్ వారి మరో అపురూప కానుక హరే కృష్ణ వాణి ఆధ్యాత్మిక మాసపత్రిక. ఇప్పుడు మొబైల్ యాప్ ద్వారా కూడా సులభంగా పత్రికలు చదువుకునే సౌకర్యం, వార్షిక సభ్యత్వం, భగవద్గీత, భాగవత ప్రవచనాలు, స్ఫూర్తి సందేశాలు, ఇంకా మరెన్నో సదుపాయాలతో హరే కృష్ణవాణి మొబైల్ యాప్ నేడే డౌన్లోడ్ చేసుకోండి. మరిన్ని వివరాల కోసం కాల్ చేయండి 9133107700.